And with these gang stalkers being in my apartment and seeing on my medicine, listening to my phone calls, they know I have heart disease. I talked to a toxicologist about it, and he lived like in Pennsylvania. And he says it sounds like a heavy metal. This is not just any heavy metal. I don't know where it comes from, but none of my doctors have heard of a chemical like this or heavy metal like this. I know my blood pressure problems come from my food being laced with some kind of chemical. Now, my mother, who never had blood pressure problems before the home invasions, now have blood pressure problems also. I'm mad because my mother cannot handle all of this, and I can't either. I am also going through some serious federal crimes, at least some more. For instance, on August 22nd, 2018, someone put a plain sheet of aluminum foil in our mailbox. Plus, they got my father's information and are opening accounts in his name, and he has been dead for over 30 years. I don't know why I can't get help. This is not just for me. This is really for all Tennesseans. I am going to tell you some things that have happened for months. I moved to Jackson, the city, away from the country. I was hoping they would stop breaking into the house. Well, stop the home invasions. I told no one where I live, not even my mother. I was going to live in my car, but a sheriff detective told me that was a bad idea. So I moved in with a family friend. Well, I would still visit my mother, and when I left to go to my new home in the city limits of Jackson, on any given day, cars would be pulled to the side of the road, and they would always wait till I passed by. Then they would drive away. I would drive down Riverside Drive, and there was always men lurking in front of an old plant building. And when I would drive by, they would type something into their phones and then walk away. I would often turn my car around just to see where they were walking to, and these men would always be long gone. That shows that they all had vehicles, so why were they loitering? And then leave as soon as I drive by. October the 19th, 2018 was one of the dates this criminal loitering happened. This went on for months. I tried to brush it off as a part of my imagination until December the 3rd, 2018 came along. Let me repeat that. December the 3rd, 2018. At the house I live in, I parked my car in the backyard. I was walking across the front yard to get into the house, and I saw a young white male roaming around the community of Ellington Heights projects. He saw me, and I just looked at him. Then I walked into the house. I knew something was wrong. I have never saw this man before in this all-black community. So I went to the back door, and it is blocked by a large storage house. I saw him walk back there, trespassing on the neighbor's private property, of course, even though his body was out of view, and he didn't hear the back door open. I heard him on his cell phone, and he said, I found the white Chevy Lumina you were looking for. He then gave my license plate number. I knew then seeing people texting when I drive by was not a part of my imagination. They were telling someone where I was headed. Again, the date that this happened is December the 3rd, 2018. After he got off his phone, he then walked to the front of the house I was living in and threw out a half-eaten jar of peanut butter where the sidewalk and the street meet. And he then walked away. That is the first and last time I have ever saw him. And today it is February the 4th, 2018. Hold on. Yes. Today is February the 4th, 2018, a Monday. And I still haven't seen him since. President Trump, too many people know about these crimes that are happening to me. Remember, I told you the district attorney in Knoxville, Tennessee said, "Why do I keep hearing about this?" He spoke without even really thinking. That's my impression. That is how bad this crime is. Even Tennessee law wants no part of it. I can't try to stop this by myself anymore. This is why I made this video. There is no Tennessee Bureau of Investigations or Federal Bureau of Investigation to help me, and I am going through some serious problems. I don't know why. President Donald Trump, I'm asking again for your help. I ask that you start with the money order used to open up an account in my name. Plus, my signature was written on the receipt, and it, of course, is a forged signature. The Western Union money order number again is 14779249287. I truly believe it will be proof of my being stalked through my cell phone, too. I finally learned to cut off the mobile data, and that stopped. That seemed to at least slow these people down, but it definitely didn't stop them. Now again, this is a $250 money order purchased on October the 12th, 2013. I filed a police report in Knoxville about this, and not one detective looked into it. The main thing I want to know is, what is this drug inside of me as I speak? I know I'm being redundant, but this is bad. So much was put in my food that it turned my urine a metallic silver color. I have to repeat that too. It brings up my blood pressure constantly, even after I lost a lot of weight. I went to several doctors to get help, and they would take my blood pressure and draw blood, then wonder why my cholesterol was 268. And I think it got a lot higher than that. My body was fighting off something, but again, no one would do a toxicology test. One doctor gave me 2 clonidines at one time to lower my blood pressure, and it did nothing to drop my blood pressure. I finally talked to an herbalist, and she suggested that I come in for what is called an ionic foot detox. I never ever heard of a ionic foot detox, but my blood pressure had reached a dangerous level, and I had to do something. Now, you know, an ionic foot detox is when my herbalist, she would put out a pan of water and she would put a machine in that water and make me put my feet in it. You know, it was very warm water. And she would cut it on and it draw the toxins out of your body. And I'm going to be honest, I took my blood pressure when I got home from my first detox. And my blood pressure went down to 135 to like 80, over 80, 135 over 80. But since this stuff is stored in my bones, it still releases. It's like you just can't get it out. And your blood pressure go right back up. And she and her daughter would always talk about how bad the water smelled. The herbalist would say, Delonda, what is that chemical smell coming from your body? I never smelled anything like it. And I told her, I said I told you I was poisoned. It was nice of her to help, even though after I told her that, she looked at me like she didn't want to really get involved, but she helped anyway. Because she's in the healing business. Better than a lot of doctors I had, that's for sure. And this, whatever this drug is really dangerous because I had gotten a UTI, and the herbalist gave me some amoxicillin for that, and I had gotten like a little cold, like some congestion. And something told me I just couldn't take the whole pill, not because I didn't know how that amoxicillin would affect whatever that chemical was in my body, whatever this chemical is in my body. Well, so I just took a pinch of it. My blood pressure got so high, I'm lucky to be here. And the only antibiotic I can take are sulfur drugs. With this chemical inside of me, nothing really works except for maybe some herbs. I'm doing the best I can. Well, this poison or heavy metal, whatever it is pulling on my heart. I had a heart attack after all this started happening to me. You know, I just thank God I'm still here. I pray that you look into this, President Trump. And I'm sure some of my neighbors' home cameras are taping some of these things that are happening on my mother's property. Of course, they'll never tell you that. President Donald Trump, you know where to find me. Please help me. Thank you.